In the last few episodes, we have moved a long way from the simple idea of time as something measured by clocks. We began this series with sunrise, sunset seasons, and calendars, and gradually moved through pendulums, quartz crystals, atomic clocks, Einstein's relativity, light, gravity, and black holes. Each step forced us to give up another part of the old picture. Time is not the same for everyone. There is no universal now. Gravity can slow clocks. Motion can change how much time passes. Near a black hole, one observer may see another almost frozen at the edge of time itself. Now we come to an even stranger question. If there is no universal present, and if different observers can disagree about what is happening now, then what exactly do we mean by the past, the present, and the future? In ordinary life, the answer seems obvious. The past is gone. The present is real. The future has not happened yet. Yesterday no longer exists except in memory, photographs, ruins, and records. Tomorrow does not exist yet except in plans, hopes, and predictions. Only this moment, the one we are experiencing right now, seems truly real. This is the view most people naturally hold, and philosophers often call it presentism. According to presentism, reality is constantly updating itself. The present moment exists, then vanishes into the past, while the next moment comes into being. It feels right because it matches human experience. We remember yesterday, but not tomorrow. We can affect the future, but not the past. We see ourselves moving forwards through time, carried from one moment to the next. But Einstein's relativity makes this picture difficult. In episode 22, we looked at the idea that there is no universal now. Two observers moving differently can disagree about whether two distant events are happening at the same time, and there is no master clock outside the universe that can decide who is correct. If that is true, then the idea of a single present moment spreading across the whole cosmos begins to fall apart. What is happening right now on a planet 10 light years away? For one observer, a certain event there may belong to the present. For another observer, moving differently, that same event may belong to the past or the future. Both observers can be following the rules of physics, and neither has a special claim to be the only correct one. This leads to a very different picture of time, sometimes called the block universe. In this view, the universe is not like a film being created one frame at a time. It is more like a complete four-dimensional structure with space and time woven together into spacetime. The past, present, and future are not three separate kinds of existence. They are different regions of the same structure. Just as London, Paris, and New York all exist, even though you are only standing in one of them, yesterday, today, and tomorrow may all exist within spacetime, even though you only experience one moment at a time. That does not mean we can simply travel to yesterday as easily as we travel to another town. Time and space are not identical in every respect. We move freely in space, but our movement through time appears constrained. We cannot step sideways into last Tuesday, and we cannot choose to visit next year in the same way we might choose to visit another country. But the block universe suggests that past events may not be destroyed when they are no longer present to us. They may still be part of the complete structure of reality. This is a difficult idea, so imagine a book. When you're reading page 10, page 9 has not ceased to exist. Page 11 is not waiting to be created. The whole book already exists, but your experience of the story unfolds one page at a time. You cannot read the entire book in a single glance because you are inside the process of reading. In a similar way, our consciousness may move through space-time one moment at a time, giving us the powerful impression that the present is special and that the future is still being made. Einstein himself seemed sympathetic to this kind of view. After the death of his close friend Michel Besso, Einstein wrote that for those who believe in physics, the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. He was not saying that grief is unreal or that human experience does not matter. He was expressing a deep consequence of relativity. Physics does not seem to provide a single moving present that all observers must share. But this is where we must be careful. The block universe is not a simple experimental fact in the same way that gravitational time dilation is. It is an interpretation of what relativity seems to imply. Many physicists and philosophers take it seriously because it fits naturally with spacetime physics. Others resist it because it seems to remove the flow of time. and the flow of time is one of the most direct features of human experience. We do not merely know that time exists, we feel it. We feel waiting. We feel aging. We feel regret for the past and uncertainty about the future. Any theory of time that ignores this experience may be incomplete. There is another objection. If the future already exists, does that mean everything is fixed? Does it mean free will is an illusion? Not necessarily, but it certainly raises uncomfortable questions. In the block universe picture, your future choices are part of spacetime just as your past choices are. From inside your life, you still deliberate, decide, act, and experience uncertainty. You do not know the future. Your decisions still form part of the story. But from the outside, if such an outside view were possible, the whole story might be seen as complete. Some people find this disturbing, others find it oddly comforting. If the past is still there in some sense, then lost moments are not absolutely annihilated. Childhood, old conversations, vanished places, and people we once knew might remain part of the space-time structure, even though we cannot return to them. This does not make them accessible. It does not remove grief or change history, but it changes the question from has the past disappeared to is the past simply somewhere else in space-time? Science cannot yet settle the emotional meaning of that idea. Physics can tell us that relativity undermines a universal present. Philosophy can offer different interpretations. But human experience still insists that there is something special about now. We live in the present. We act in the present. We remember the past and anticipate the future. Even if the block universe is correct, it does not explain why consciousness experiences one moment after another rather than the whole structure at once. That question takes us towards another mystery, the arrow of time. Even if past, present, and future are all part of space-time, there is still a difference between yesterday and tomorrow. Eggs break, but broken eggs do not reassemble. Smoke spreads through a room, but it does not gather itself back into a cigarette. We grow older, not younger. We remember the past, not the future. So, even if relativity suggests that the whole of space-time may exist, something still gives time a direction. This is why episode 25 matters. It asks whether yesterday is truly gone or whether our experience of time is only one way of moving through a larger reality. It does not give a final answer because there may not yet be one. Instead, it opens the door to the next great question. If the universe does not possess a universal now, and if the past may still be part of reality, why does time feel as though it flows in only one direction? In the next episode, we will follow that question into the world of entropy, heat, and disorder. We will ask why the past is remembered, why the future is uncertain, and why time seems to have an arrow pointing from yesterday towards tomorrow.